Okay, welcome back to Decrypted Tech. Today in the lab we have something that's kind of special. We have Thermaltake's Level 10 mouse. This is of course their extension to the Level 10 chassis that they built, the $800 chassis that was helped design in cooperation with BMW. We also have the Level 10 GT, which is more of your gamer's case, made out of plastic. However, still a really nice case. We've covered that one here in the lab, and we also have a Level 10 that we're working on getting, so we can show you exactly how that top end case performs. But today we actually have the mouse. As you can tell, we have the green version here. We opted for the green version. It's just a nice departure from white, black, red, all of that. So we've got this green one here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box, show you what the outside of the box tells you, and then of course we'll dig inside and take a look at the actual mouse itself. And to round everything out, we're going to throw it on our gaming rig, which is a Level 10 GT case, and not going to affect performance, but we'll tell you exactly how this is going to perform when you put it to the test and you throw it against some games. Alright, so let's take a look at the box. Of course you have your sort of your Thermaltake Hydra that they have there, the name of the mouse. You're not going to mistake this one for anything else. You also have a good side view image of this. If any of you have been on Facebook or following Thermaltake, you've probably seen some of these images already. One of the sales reps has been posting quite a few, some really nice stylized images on the ground next to BMWs and all of that. So we have a really good idea of what these look like leading up to, before they ever hit the market. Okay, of course on the front of the box you have your picture, you have the name of the mouse, you have your Thermaltake Hydra that's up here, and down here you have some different icons that are going to tell you some information about it. You have air through ventilation. You can see you have your different, like a honeycomb shape, and so this is supposed to allow better ventilation, better air passage to your hand for extended gaming. Of course you have intelligent software, 3D steering, it's an aluminum base, dynamic color range, a laser sensor, and it says delivering the best user experience with aesthetic functionality and innovation. And of course it's designed in Germany, as we mentioned before. The tagline is, it's born to be seen. Looking at the side, it's going to give you the story of the Level 10. We're not going to bore you with that right now. We're just going to give you the details. We'll list more of that in our review. So if you click on the link below this video, you'll actually get to the review on our website, and you can read all of that information there. On the back, they give you a little bit more detail about what they're talking about. Your air through ventilation, your 3D steering, the intelligent software, aluminum frame, laser sensor, and of course the dynamic color range. You can change the color of some of the other buttons, which is kind of a cool feature. It's becoming more and more common with your higher end gaming mice that you can change not only the color, but what each individual light or light grouping does on the device. So it's a nice feature if you're a gamer and you want a little bit of flash to it. So then we turn around to the side, and it's got, again, more text here describing the Level 10 and exactly what went into this thought process. So we'll go ahead and get the outer casing stripped off. We'll show you the box inside, and we'll actually show you the mouse. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright, as with a lot of things, it's a shell over. So you pull this off, and instead of your typical cases where you just kind of pop open something, this is a little bit more. They want you to get that feeling that it's a fancier mouse, which it is. So it opens from the center. And of course inside, laying in its own little cocoon, is your Level 10 mouse. It is secure in there, and in order to get it out, you're just going to have to pop this whole box out and flip it over, because as you can see, they've wire tied it in place. So we're going to go ahead and get this disconnected. We'll pull out all of the accessories and we'll show you what's inside here so you get a better idea of that. Alright, so now we've gotten everything out of the box, including the Level 10 mouse. You can see some of the accessories that Thermaltake has decided to throw in here. What we've got is, of course, you have Thermaltake's mouse case. This is a 2-compartment case. You can actually put you put the cable down through here, and then of course you put the mouse in this side. You have a nice packet here which has your instructions, your CD-ROM that has the driver. It also has your warranty information, and of course Thermaltake, just to make sure that your friends knew all about it, they gave you 3 postcards. So you can take these postcards and send them off to your friends just so they know that you have a Level 10 mouse. Kind of a nice touch there, make sure everybody knows what you got. There's an additional item in here which looks kind of like the old football inflation tubes that you used to need. So when you bought a football, you plug this in there, connect it to your bicycle pump, and go ahead and put it in there. But what this actually is for, it's for the 3D steering that we talked about. It's actually a small hex head driver. Go ahead and get it popped out of this case here. And it goes right into this area here on the Level 10. This allows you to increase the height up or down. So if we screw it this way, it'll actually decrease the vertical height, and if we screw it the other way, it increases the vertical height to fit your hand and sort of to give you that extra comfort. So that's the 3D steering that they talked about there, and it'll let you adjust this, which is a nice feature. Most mice you get, that's it. You know, this is the height, this is the fit, this is the feel of your hand, so you need to be comfortable with it right out of the box. Here you can adjust it to suit your gaming style and also to suit whatever your hand size and the height that you like when you're using the mouse. So let's go ahead and take a look a little bit closer at the actual Level 10 itself. Again, we mentioned the 3D steering. We've mentioned the fact that it's completely open, so you do have this open style. You have this ventilation here that's supposed to allow your hand to get more air. As you can see, your hand just kind of naturally rests on it, and then you have some, you know, a few extra buttons, which we'll talk about those in a moment as far as, you know, my opinion on these extra buttons on the side. In all total, you have 11 buttons. Of course, you have your left and your right mouse, and you can see that this will actually shift. If you look, this whole mouse piece will shift as you game. So it gives you a little bit more of an angled control as you move it around. It's got an interesting feel to it. It's definitely unique. It's not like any mouse that I've ever felt before. Again, we want to mention that the left mouse button is significantly larger than the right mouse button, which is nice if you're right-handed. It gives you kind of that room to spread your hand out across it. And of course the right button is there. You do have your scroll that's in the center. It is a stepped scroll. You can feel it clicking, and it also acts as a button itself. Along the side you have an A and a B button, as well as a small, almost like a joystick here, that also acts as a button. On the other side you have a D and a C button. Underneath the canopy here you have your different lights, so you will have lighting effects on your scroll wheel. You'll also have other lighting effects that'll pop up. We'll get this plugged in here in just a second to show you some of those lighting effects. For the USB plug-in, Thermaltake went a little bit further. Instead of just giving you your standard one, they gave you one that you can actually cap. And of course it's gold plated, so that should give you a very small amount of better contact than your standard aluminum. And we'll go ahead and put this back on there and hold it in place. The cable itself is braided. It's thinner than some of the other braided cables, but it still feels strong and doesn't feel like it would kink or break if you were to put this under stress. Here we have a 1.8 meter cable, which roughly calculated that's about 6 feet. So you have about 6 feet of braided cable, and that's going to give you a good enough extension to run this out and also give you good mobility across your desk. Again, talking about the feet, we'll flip it over here. You can see your 8200 DPI laser sensor here. That's on the bottom. You can see your Teflon feet are very large. They actually curve in, so you're going to have less of a chance of snagging the edge of your mousing surface, or even if you're running it across this. Now this wood is not exactly smooth, but running it back and forth across here, there's very little resistance on those feet. So it's going to be a very good and fluid mouse when you have it set up for gaming. It's really, I don't know how else to describe it except for to say that this is a very unique mouse. It doesn't feel like any other mouse that we've tested. Once again, we'll go ahead and get it plugged in so you can see some of the lighting effects on it, and we'll also get it plugged into our gaming rig so you know exactly how well it performs under some gaming stress. Alright, so we've got the Level 10 mouse plugged in, and as you can see your lighting. If you flip it over here, one of the things you'll notice is through the ventilation you can see the Hydra. It does kind of breathe and flash on and off. You can cycle through your different profiles, and moving this button here, the joystick we talked about, that's actually going to move you through your different response times. So right now we've got this set on the red profile. We don't have the software installed yet, so we can't move through the profiles. But one of the things that we'll do is we'll go ahead and unplug it and plug it back in, and it'll cycle through the colors. So we'll go ahead and do that here real quick. Plug it in. So in there you can see you have a few different color options, and of course your left mouse button is lit up, which is nice, and your right mouse button has your adjustments. You can see what level, what speed you're at. Alright, so that covers the visual and sort of the design and build philosophy of this mouse. And what we're going to do now is we'll go ahead and get it connected to our gaming rig. We'll put it through some gaming, and we'll let you know exactly how it is. Again, all of that information is going to be right below, and the link that takes you to our website so you can read the full written review, as well as see close-up photographs and some more detailed information on the Level 10 mouse, the reasons behind this mouse, as well as some detailed specifications for it. As always, if you like this video, be sure to click on the like button, make sure you share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to us so you can stay up to date with the latest news and reviews we have for you.